Hello and welcome to this little video. Now today I'm going to give you a read from this chap, which was a book from a little while back, Sam Spallucci's Shadows of Lancaster. I think it was originally published back in 2016. My memory is not very good for things like that. But today I'm going to be reading from the case of the Marauding Mummies of Morecambe, where these mummies actually steal the statue of Eric Morecambe. If you look up the statue, it is a real thing, and rather weirdly, when I was writing the story, somebody did try to steal the statue. I'm not guilty, I did not influence this. It's just, fat copying fiction, I suppose. Anyway, before I whiffle on for the next couple of minutes, please hit that like button if you could, that'd be fantastic. And even better, why not subscribe and turn those notifications on? Then you get more of this dropping into your feed every now and then. Anyway, so here we go. This is the little scene towards the end where Sam, my sort of hero of the piece, eventually comes face to face with these so-called mummies. My head hurt. This was becoming a habit. When I first set myself up as a paranormal investigator, I sort of had the idea that I would be sipping cups of tea with old dears who thought that their cat was a psychic channel for Doris Day, or that the strange knocking in their pipes was Great Aunt Ethel, rather than, just an airlock. I did not expect to have a permanent concussion. Jesus, I yelped as someone grabbed my hair and yanked my already traumatized cranium backwards. He's awake. I can see that. So what are we going to do with him? Then there was silence. I did not enjoy the silence. It implied that my future and well-being hung somewhat precariously in the balance. I eased my eyes open. There were now 4 mummies in the room with the freshly daubed statue. The original 3 lackeys, scrappy, medium-sized and plus-sized, and the one that was quite obviously their boss. He was standing in the centre of the dusty room, his bandaged arms crossed and his dark eyes glowering furiously in my direction. I said, "What are we going to do with him?" came the question once again. It was Scrappy yapping away. "I heard you the first time." "This is him, the guy that came in the shop." So that identified the smallest of the 4. It was the toy shop owner. That figured, considering his little slip at mentioning mummies earlier. I adjusted my position and winced as my head throbbed and my wrists ached. They were bound to some sort of pipe. "Don't mind me," I groaned almost cheerfully, "just passing through." The leader continued to survey me as if I was a problem in the plumbing to which I had been tied captive. "Somehow, Mr. Spallucci, I don't believe that." "You know me. I'm flattered." He knew me. That was worrying. Also, his voice. Did I recognise it? It sounded familiar. The dexterous fingers of my internal filing system blurred into overdrive. If I could remember who he was, then I might just be able to save my life. The mummy turned his back on me, his drab, ragged bandages flapping somewhat. "We can turn this to our advantage. Is the paint dry?" There were nods from the others. I had obviously been out for a while. "Gather some wood and some diesel. We're going to rid ourselves of a witch lover." "What?" The leader grabbed his underling, Scrappy, the shop owner, by his bandaged throat and smashed him against the nearest wall. "You agreed to follow me." "We didn't agree to murder," voiced medium-sized. Dissent in the ranks. Now, this was good. The leader dropped the first rebel and turned to the second. "And what do you suppose we should do now? We want to be rid of the witch. That was the idea." "I know, but..." "No buts. He knows what we're doing. He's seen us." "But he's not seen our faces, Colin." All around the room, realisation hit in a number of ways. The leader realised that I now knew he was Colin Noel of the eponymous restaurant in Lancaster. The 3 Stooges now knew they were in for the scolding of their lives. And me, I knew I was dead.